Well, hello there. Welcome back to the channel. Now, I haven't played War Thunder in quite a long time. It's probably been about a month or two, just because I took a break from it. I don't really know why I did, considering I was having a lot of fun playing it. But we're updated to patch 1.53, and some things you want to look for. The buildings now break, which is really cool. Sandbags fall down on the ground, which is really cool. You can also see that the tanks are rendering a little bit better. They're using physically based lighting, so the metal reacts differently with light and things look better. Also notice the physics to look a little bit nicer. Like when you smash these poles, sometimes before they just pop off the ground, and you can see that they fall down on the ground, and then you can sometimes push them on the ground. So I think they've done some work on their physics for those sorts of things, because you can see there, it dragged underneath my tank for a bit, and then I just drove over it. So I like those nice little touches that they're taking the time to put into the game. And this is a brand new map that I've never played on. It's brand new to me, so it might not be brand new as of for other people, but for me it was brand new, so I'm going to call it brand new for me. And it's I think it's Advance to the Rhine or something. And I come around the corner, I run straight into a tiger, and he can one-shot kill me pretty easily. Usually it takes me a couple shots to kill a tiger with this 85mm gun and the KV-85, which is the tank I'm driving currently right now. I also have a T-34-85 who is grinding into me. Didn't do anything critically wrong. I just needed to try and get into a better position where I could shoot through these windows. And I'm not really exposing hardly any of my tank to shoot back at this tiger, which is optimal. And I think I outshoot his reload as well, which is also nice. So he's going to aim his turret back at me, and I'm going to put one right through the front of his turret and take him out. And I'm pretty sure he didn't pull back because his driver was mangled. And I thought I could shoot through the window again, but that didn't end up happening. I've taken all the graphics and cranked them completely to full, and the only map that seems to suffer a little bit was the one that's wide open, like Mardok, I think it's called. Not a map that I really like. And I came around the corner and I ended up running into an IS and another tank there, so I put a shot straight into the side of his turret. He rolled around the corner, so I was like, okay, I'll just shoot your friend. And with the way this gun is on this tank, like the 85mm is more than capable of one-shotting weaker vehicles with not very strong armor. Sometimes even heavier tanks. Like I was able to kill that IS in a couple shots. The gun is a really nice gun, and it's usable on just the regular IS as well. I really like this map. It's open, and I like it better than I think I like the Berlin map. But just in general, I'm finding that I really I prefer the city maps in War Thunder to the ones in World of Tanks. There's just something about them that I like how they're laid out, and they feel a little bit more natural. And ended up running into a KV with a 75mm gun. I think that was from a German tank. And I was thinking about whether I was going to pull forward and try and go around that corner. I was like, no, I didn't want to get too stranded out in front of everybody, because the tank can't really outmaneuver and outshoot people. So I'm going to pull back, and you can see him running over the sandbags, and they're quaking under the weight of the tank, which is pretty cool. And the exhaust is just pumping out the back. Not very good for global warming in the KV-85. And I'm going to slowly start cranking the tank back around to the left. You can see that the other tracks don't reverse in the other direction, so it takes a while to turn the KV-85 around. But I like it. It's a really good map for the KV-85. And for pretty much heavy tanks in general. And I come around the corner, and just as I was about to shoot that guy, he died. You can see to my front there is an A40V Black Prince. That is one of the new British premium tanks that's in the game before they release the British line, which I assume is going to be coming fairly quickly. It's a good looking vehicle. You can tell it's got like decals all over it, and they've done a really nice job making the HD version of that tank. And I was going to shoot that Panzer IV, but then I was like, okay, a tank that can kill me really easily and quickly. So I changed my shot to the Tiger and managed to pump one through his driver port because he wasn't angled at all. So I got kind of lucky there. And then This Panzer IV is going to roll up. I'm going to put one straight through the front of his turret, and he's going to go down. And there's only one guy left on this entire flank, and it was a Tiger, and he was hull down against someone shooting over to the left here. And I'm going to stop, I'm going to aim in, not aim at the tracks, and pump one to the side of his turret, mangling his crew and his gun. And he was pretty much cooked at this point because I was coming around his back, there was guys to his front, so he just started pulling forward. And it only really saved him about 4 or 5 seconds here before I was able to come in, pump another shot into his ammo rack. You can see it hitting there, and then he was toasted on the next hit. And I'm not really too sure about if there's any new maps other than this one in the 1.53 patch, but generally I really like what I see. There have been some changes to some of the icons. The crew skill stuff has changed. Things are a little bit less. You seem to get your crew skills like 1 to 5 instead of 1 to like 100. They've made some changes to some of the stuff in the end game screen where it tells you, well, it also tells you when you die. Some of the iconology and stuff in the HUD and the GUI interface is different as well. So there's been generally some pretty good changes to the game since I've last played it. And it still runs really well, and I haven't changed how to upgrade my graphics card or my hardware or anything. So that's been nice. And before I could shoot the Tiger, he was wasted by these two fellows to my right. The 3485, and it looks like there was a Hellcat. Both of them more than capable of taking out a Tiger. And there was a Stug, one last Stugger on the corner, and I was going to try to run around and see if I could get a shot in through him through this window, but just as I was about to fire, he gets taken out by the T-3485, and then he dies. But he put a shot into the 85, and he was burning. And one of the things I do like to do is help out my friends. And that little icon ring that pops up around there, when you hit V now, you have to hold it for a certain amount of seconds, and then it starts repairing your tank, instead of you hitting the button and then it's starting to count down automatically. So it's a little bit more purposeful when you have to stop and hold the button down for a few seconds to get things going. But I was able to help my other guy repair there, getting him along a little bit quicker. And there's not much left to do. I was going to try and roll back into the ACAP, but you can see that we're winning pretty handily on the top bar there. They're flashing pretty hard. And there's not too much that the enemy team can do about it. I ended up in this game with about 5 kills and a few assists on a map I'd never played before, but I was able to move systematically from corner to corner, just covering where I was going and not exposing too much of the tank. And I did take a few shots. I took a shot from a Tiger, and I took a shot from the 75mm KV tank, but none of them managed to really penetrate, and the armor held up pretty good. I would like to see how tough these Black Princes are, because I know on paper their armor is pretty good. And another thing you can see there is when you pull into a cap circle, you can see that it starts reloading your ammo one shell at a time. You can see a little green tick peel off there. And this is the end screen I was talking about. You see my place in the team, all the medals you got, how many kills you got, how many assists you did, all your points. And I think that's nice. It's a good addition to the game, and it looks pretty solid. And since I'm on another hiatus from World of Tanks, I'll be playing War Thunder and Armored Warfare pretty exclusively. So look forward to more of this and more of that in coming videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys again next time.